Got everybody?
Yep.
All right. What do you got? Whoa.
What did the film of Saturday look like to you?
Yeah, a lot of good things. A lot of good things. A lot of things we need to work on too. I mean, it's just another step into the whole operation and where we're going. But there are some good things that we put on tape. It's hard to just say. I mean, I don't know. What do you want to There's a position or something? I can give you some more.
How about your pass rush?
Yep. Okay, Bob. Yeah, I felt our 4-man rush a little bit more in the stadium, and that was good to see. Something we've been harping on. Kind of the guys working off one another, getting the games called, things like that. So that was good to see.
How reassuring is that a quarterback back?
That's great.
Is that ahead of schedule or about? You mentioned it could be this week.
Is that a leading question?
Was the recovery as you thought, or maybe sooner or later?
No, I'd just say we followed the steps of. I felt like what everyone was saying, what we needed to do, and and it was time for him to go out there, and he was there. It was great.
Is he full goal moving forward, or are you going to have to
As far as I know, I think he's rolling.
Some of the linebackers in now. We've seen Tyrese Knight get some good opportunities here. Just what are you seeing as he develops in his first camp?
It was good to see him making some tackles in the set. We did threes live, or tackling without the quarterback on Saturday. Made a few tackles, which was good to see. Want to watch the tape today to see if he's taking the next step. So the challenge to him is, can he build on it every day? We're out of time of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and that goes for everybody. And I'm interested, without making judgment right now, but we didn't finish the way we needed to on defense today, and so that's what's burned in my mind right now.
George Halani seemed to bring a different energy today for the offense. What have you seen from him so far in his
Yeah, that's a great example. Just a guy that just keeps doing it, and we'll see when in preseason games, but he'll have an ample opportunity to show what he can do, and it's good to see him make a couple plays today.
Is Tyler Lockett just getting veteran rest days? Or?
Yeah, he's just working. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, what have you learned about Geno Smith since you came to Seattle?
The guy that I thought he was. I mean, it's just it's a lot. Again, we're on the record with this, but just respect for who he is as a player, accuracy, operation, how he handles the guys. Yeah, and our relationship is still in the works. We've known each other for 5 months now. So, but we're in a good spot. We're rolling.
Marquise Blair seemed pretty active out there today. What do you kind of see from him since you guys brought him back last week?
Yeah, you see the athlete, you see the person. He's got a little bit to catch up on with the scheme, slowed the game down for him, but. Yeah, we're gonna try to give him some more opportunity to show what he can do, and then these preseason games coming up are invaluable. Practices against the Titans, to see him operate a little bit better, and we're excited about him.
What have you seen from offensive tackle Max Preacher to make his journey?
Yeah, Max is a great guy. He works his tail off. The guys love him. Just a really cool story. Happy for him, but he's right in the mix. Battling his tail off every day. So he's right there.
And how inspiring just is that?
Well, we got a lot of guys with really cool stories, So I think he's right there with him, and I just respect how he operates and where he's come from. And a lot of guys, have cool stories that they can fall back on.
How much does the looming upcoming preseason game add to the competition and a sense of urgency without rushing too much?
I wouldn't say it's the game. I just think, hey, this is the last true training camp week of us to go through have all the reps, all the time, all those things. And so we need to take advantage of this opportunity, and that was my message to the guys, after we broke practice.
What have you thought of some of the feistiness that Rick Woolen has shown? We saw him kind of mix it up with Walker a little bit today. What have you thought about that?
Well, I love the competitor. I love the spirit, all that. We need to take care of one another, So if we get in a scrap here or there, that's understandable. But we got to make sure everybody's healthy and we're taking care of one another at the same time.
Saw some rotating at center. Where's that competition right now?
It's open. Yeah, Nick's done a nice job. He's pushing Olu. young pups are doing a good job too. Jalen's doing a good job, so it's open.
Seeing these one-on-one reps, everything else, seems like Charles Cross isn't getting beat a lot. Just when you have a left tackle of his caliber, how much does that help an offense when you can rely on that guy?
He's the anchor of the offensive line, man. So we go as Charles goes, and just, again, another guy that you get to know throughout the process and how he operates. Just a lot of respect for how he goes about his business. He's like a silent assassin out there. And just, again, I was talking to the guys on the radio this morning, but I'm not some offensive line savant. But, from what you see and how you evaluate practice and how often he wins one-on-ones, and then listening to the offensive coaches, it seems like he's had some things to take his game to the next level. And you want that from all your guys. Like, how are you going to level up? How are you going to go take your game, to put yourself in the best spot to further your career and help the team?
Mike, you said Saturday you don't have your 5 yet for the offensive line. When do you feel like you need to kind of know who your guys are to kind of get prepped for the start of the season, or is that something that can be a little bit more in flux and kind of figure it out as you go?
I'm not sure. I don't think you need to have it at any point. It's based on who you are and where you're at with your team. But if I gave you an answer, I'd just be making something up off the top of my head.
Clinton Curtis, is he still in play to maybe go back to right guard and compete for that spot, or do you like him at right tackle?
Right now, we like him at right tackle, but he does have some ability to go inside. So, we'll see if we move him back inside. But right now, he's cooking at tackle.
We're about to talk to JSN. What's the element that he brings that's kind of unique to him as opposed to the other receivers that you've got?
He's got this fluid explosiveness about him that can run the entire route tree. Incredible ways like track the ball, body control, explosive in and out of his cuts. And I talk about all this tacit stuff all the time, but it's like this competitor in him, the mentality of what we want. He has that. So I encourage him to keep doing those things. If you could relay the message to him, that'd be great.
Look at you talk to Cam Chancellor and Lawyer out there. For a while. Is it kind of nice, I guess, getting to know those guys? A little bit?
It was awesome, man. I was telling just a huge fan of Cam, and the person he is and his career. I was like, you see him in person, I still can't believe he played safety. It's incredible. And with Lawyer, I remember living in. I remember we used to watch all the Americas games, and just on repeat. And he was doing the Patriots one, and it's like, man, it's pretty sweet. You're Laura Malloy.
Mike, when you were first around Wesley Frazier in Baltimore, what stood out to you about the way he taught and coached players, and kind of what have you picked up along the way from him that's helped you in that process?
His communication style is one that complements mine very much. He takes the edge off. Very perspective about things. He just he's able to take himself out of this and look at it from different perspectives, different angles, patience, all those things. He's just a great confidant, and I think the players recognize that and they appreciate his approach.
Can you talk about the advantages of interior pressure versus edge pressure?
Yeah, I'd love to. There's different ways. First of all, there's different ways to affect the quarterback. So timing is one, being able to step into your throw, things like that, which goes underrated because, the quarterbacks, they sit in these, they sit in practice. I'm getting after our guys staying away from our QBs, which we need to do a better job of. But sometimes there's a false sense of security. So when you get people in your lap, it's tough to step in and deliver throws on time, accurately, and and the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, and those guys are closer. So I think we're in the process of the edge guys feeling what our interior rush feels like and being able to play off one another. Sometimes you can't coordinate every rush. You can't just draw lines on a sheet and have guys just run it and everything, everybody's happy. It's, there has to be some improvisation to it as well, chemistry, how you play off one another, and that's why all these reps are for.
Mike, Kenny McIntosh got hurt in camp last year, didn't get a chance to play much last year. What have you seen out of him as he gets up to speed with you guys here? in the mix?
Well, Kenny's getting pushed right now. He's in a battle. I mean, I think George is right there with him, and he's in a battle to see who's going to be the third running back for us. And he's getting his money's worth. So, be interesting to see how it plays out over the next few weeks.
Anything else? Thank you.
All right, thank you.